It started like any other evening, just a group of teens hanging out near a Kroger store. But within moments, a regular night turned into chaos, with broken bottles, screaming voices, and flashing red and blue lights. Officers arrived to find kids lounging on patio furniture and allegedly damaging property. One officer, already frustrated, shouted, "Get up, wake him up. What are y'all doing here?" But what began as a warning would soon spiral far beyond control. As the officers approached, they were met with denial and defiance. One teen insisted, "I ain't did nothing," while another tried to explain away the mess. "We just chillin', ain't nobody breaking nothing." But wine bottles were already shattered and furniture was overturned. One officer firmly said, "Y'all broke stuff, and it's on camera." The atmosphere was tense. The group wasn't just loitering, they were challenging authority from the jump. Despite repeated commands, the teens refused to comply. "Where are your parents?" the officer asked, clearly exasperated. "Why y'all not at home or the park?" The teens brushed it off, one mumbling something about not having parents, while others laughed or ignored the officer altogether. "Sit down and listen to what we got to say," the officer demanded. But even then, the teens continued to move, talk back, and test boundaries. When one officer tried to detain a particularly agitated teen, things escalated quickly. The teen pulled away, yelling, "Don't touch me." Another screamed, "Get off me." As more officers were called in, "Send me a couple more units, I got 6 juveniles being disorderly," one radioed in. A scuffle broke out. A hand brushed an officer's face. Another teen resisted being cuffed. "Put your hands behind your back now," the officer warned, breath heavy with tension. The patio became a storm of screams, pleadings, and flailing limbs. "I'm not getting in that car," one shouted. "Can you at least call my mom?" another cried. A girl yelled, "Don't touch my cousin." The officers tried to remain composed, but the energy was unrelenting. "Back off or you're going in cuffs too," they warned. "Get all the way in the car," one officer commanded, while another held back a teen who was crying, "Let me go. I didn't hit nobody." As backup officers arrived, the scene finally began to settle, but not peacefully. "Where's the other one?" an officer asked. "He was just leaving," a teen replied. Those who hadn't been arrested were rounded up and questioned. One officer, now calmer, asked, "What's your brother's name? If you don't tell us, he's going to jail." The group, once loud and uncooperative, began to quiet. Some looked confused. Others finally realized the consequences. Now, here's where we zoom out. This isn't just about one wild night at Kroger. It's about a national epidemic, youths and the justice system clashing in communities every day. In 2020 alone, over 430,000 kids were arrested across the U.S., some for serious crimes, others like these teens for simply being at the wrong place at the wrong time and pushing too far. And while cops must maintain order, we have to ask what led these kids here in the first place. By the end of the night, multiple juveniles had been arrested on felony obstruction and disorderly conduct charges. And as the flashing lights faded, one officer turned to the camera and said something that hits hard. As parents, we have to remember to discipline our children. It's not the duty of law enforcement. These words weren't just procedural, they were personal, because each one of these kids could have had a different ending to their story. What happened in that Kroger parking lot wasn't just about disrespect or defiance. It was about fear, frustration, and failure on both sides. And while some of these teens may walk away with nothing more than a court date, others might carry the mark of this night for years. So what do you think? Could this have ended differently? If you want more real-life stories the media barely scratches the surface of, hit that subscribe button. This is BlueLens Chronicles, where truth meets the street, and we bring you what they want.